A pretty controversial topic I've heard all my life is if you are shaped based on nature or nurture. In other words, what leads to our behavior? Innate qualities or personal experiences? You can easily argue that some people just have a natural talent that really have no influence from the environment. Or you can say people were raised to have that talent and were taught to bring it out. Over the years, there have been many arguments on both sides just simply based on the individual we are talking about. But in general, I believe we are a construct of nurture rather than nature just because from birth, we only remember the experiences made and adapt that way. A simple example is the fact that when we enter the world, we have no recollection of what happened before and even what is happening currently. Maybe you did, but I sure didn't. But who shapes us are the people who raise us or who we hang out with. This could be family or friends, but the memories we gain start as they raise us, and how we behave is modeled after them. You can say that parents were exactly like how their child is acting, but that's only because they probably taught them to act that way. I highly doubt that parents would teach their kids something they don't believe in, and at the same time, the child doesn't know what's right or wrong. They need guidance on the best way to act. Without those teachings, they'll still remain lost in the world, searching for an answer on how to behave. An example of this in British literature is the story of Frankenstein's monster. He had no initial qualities to begin with since he came from corpses, and unless those guys always lived like corpses, I think it's okay to assume his entrance to the world was a blank slate. When he entered the village and saw how compassionate everyone was towards each other, he began searching to be loved just like that experience he had. But once he saw his creators as well as the villagers being cruel to him, those experiences turned him into a monster, who learned to only get what he wants through violence. The monster part only came through the way people treated him. He never started that way. I know this may not be a complete answer, but it's important to give credit where credit is due. I think this says a lot about who we hang out with, as the memories we have with them shape us. As you get older, your natural ability to adapt will kick in, and believe it or not, you will change in one way or another, for better or for worse. At the same time, it's important to thank your caregivers as a child. Any natural talent you think you had needed to be brought out, and they did one hell of a job teaching you, as well as many other skills to get you through life. They gave you your traits and made you what you are, which we will now share all over the world as we leave high school. They nurtured you to success, so you should prove it. Thank you.